Hello and welcome to another episode of Notified. I'm Brett Campbell, and in today's show we're talking Linkle. We've got Mark Zuckerberg, we're talking Instagram, and even bringing in a first for the show, WhatsApp. The first cab off the rank is a really interesting tool for those of you who have more than one social media profile. So if you've got a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Snapchat, and a WhatsApp, a LinkedIn, etc. This is definitely for you. So we've come across a resource called Linkle. So we're going to put the link in the description here so you can go and click on it and go and fill this out for yourself. But basically, this software, it's free, which is a bonus. Who doesn't like free, right? Go to linkle.com, go to the registration page, join, sign up. I'm going to show you and give you a quick demo here. Super simple. You go and obviously sign in. I've already done that. Click down to the links area. I've already actually put in an Instagram. So let's say I want to put in my Facebook fan page. And see, this is a perfect example of why you really want to be able to have these processes in place, because when someone asks you, oh, what's your Facebook page, or what's your LinkedIn, or where can I follow you, you don't want to go send them every individual link. So this is the solution. So let's go, we'll save that. That's the link to my Facebook fan page. And you would continue, you'd put your Snapchat, you'd put all the other social handles you want. You can actually have up to 10 here for free. And then of course, we're gonna go and view our profile. Oh, can't be left blank. There we go. So view my profile, you'll notice there it's got a shitty avatar. You want to put in a photo of you, a nice profile photo of you. The color there can be changed. And all of a sudden there's LinkedIn, there's my Facebook fan page. So now you can all of a sudden, instead of sending someone each individual link, you can send them your Linkle link, which I've actually, for some reason, I've got the /Brett, so I must be the first Brett. Woo! First time ever I've scored the username Brett. So, there you go, Linkle. Use it in your business. When anyone asks you, like imagine that this is like a business card on steroids. There's no more handing out an individual business card. It's like, here's a link, here's your link. Even if you still want to use business cards, put your Linkle link on your business card and they'll be able to find every single place that you want them to find you. So that's pretty cool, that's super cool. Click on my Instagram, let's go and visit Brett at Instagram. There he is, there in the flesh. Now, speaking about links and special magical links, there's another thing that I really want to show you, and this is for those users who have your very own website. So for example, I'm going to use brettcampbell.net as my official website personally, and this is another really cool way on how you can utilize and create sort of what we'd call some magic links. They're actually called pretty links because the software we're going to teach you today is called pretty links. So you need to have, number one, a website URL, and number two, it needs to be a WordPress website. So what we'll do, I'll jump in on the screen here and I'll show you. So here we are, we're in the back end of my website. You go and install, I'm not going to show you how to do that, but you need to install the plugin called Pretty Link. Pretty straightforward, takes like 30 seconds. Then all you do is you come in here and you go add a Pretty Link. Simple as that. The beautiful thing about this Pretty Link is you can use it if you write blog posts, if you have podcasts, whatever link you ever want to use. If you've got affiliate links, this is perfect for that as well. So you come in here and you write your target URL. Let's just say in this case, I'm going to go brettcampbell.net. Happy days are here. You know, when you write blog posts and it's got really long URLs and they look a bit clunky and messy. Let's say I've got happy days are here again. So what I can basically do is I can now take that target URL, I can come in here and change the pretty link. I can now make this whatever I want it to be. I could call it brettcampbell.net/1, or I could just go brettcampbell.net/happy, and I'd create that link, and then instead of sharing the happy days are here again, I'd just share the happy link. Okay, let me just show you a couple of examples of how I've used it with podcasts, because this is really cool. If you want to really go back and you know that there was a killer episode somewhere, but you don't know the actual URL path. So for example, here, one of my Unleash Your Greatness episodes dealing with anger. So I decided to put a pretty link on that, and the episode link is /EP-017-deal-anger. Like that's quite, I'm never going to remember that, but I know that it was episode 17 and I've labeled it as brettcampbell.net/017. So you can get as creative or whatever you like with that. So it's a really cool software, it's free. You have to have a WordPress plugin and a website to do that, and you can base it off your URL. So for example, if I have a particular product that I'm an affiliate for, let's say I'm affiliate for XYZ widgets, right? And XYZ widgets, as you know, affiliate links end up with /AFF-135 because it's a unique parameter, right? All I can do is I can come in here and I could take my ugly URL for my affiliate link and I can come and put it into a pretty link and go brettcampbell.net/XYZ widgets. So it's a super cool tool. There's many variations on how you're able to utilize this in your business. So now what I want to do is I'm going to combine the two. So what we're going to use Pretty Links and Linkle together. This is quite smart. So I'm going to take my Linkle link now because Linkle's quite new. Not everyone knows and is maybe not going to trust what comes after Linkle, okay? So when you've got a trusted URL like facebook.com, anything that comes after it you're going to trust. But something that's brand new, in this case Linkle.com, people might be like, oh, I don't know if I want to click it, because you know how you get the bit.ly links and a whole heap of other options out there that you can use. They just look a little bit clunky as well. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take my Linkle link. I'm going to come into my Pretty Links account. I'm going to go add a Pretty Link. I am now going to my target URL. I want them to end up at my Linkle page with all of my URLs for my social, and I'm just going to go brettcampbell/social. Boom. Then I'll go create. I can create a title there. You'll see if you don't create a title, it'll just make one for you. But now all of a sudden I can go brettcampbell.net/social. If I go social, that now, if I put social now into a URL, into the menu bar, it comes up just like that, because people are gonna trust brettcampbell.net over the Linkle, I would think right now, and it doesn't hurt to have it, so magic. Also in Notified, today we're going to talk about, for the first time maybe, the one and only Mr. Facebook himself, Mark Zuckerberg. So what Mark Zuckerberg does at the start of every year is he sets personal goals, as should you. If you haven't yet set your personal goals, you need to go out there and do that. So according to Mark Zuckerberg himself, his main goal this year, let's just read this for you. He says, today feels a lot like that first year. The world feels anxious and divided, and Facebook has a lot of work to do. Whether it's protecting our community from abuse and hate, or defending against interference by nation states, or making sure that time spent on Facebook is well spent. So obviously some issues, I'm not going to get into this, but politically there's been conversation around the Russians and the presidency. You know, there's been a lot of talk around it, and I've noticed this for the last couple of years. There's been a lot of things happening around Facebook that is not necessarily driven by a person's decision. They've created a lot of AI, and what he's even actually, I guess, put his hand up to say is that there is currently too many errors enforcing our policies and preventing misuse of our tools. So in 2018, he's saying, if we were successful this year, then we'll end 2018 on a much better trajectory. So he's going to be really working on those particular touch points. And my feedback to this is, number one, I love that he's taking personal responsibility, you know, stating that currently they are making too many errors enforcing their policies. You know, things such as people's accounts getting banned, and not being able to get back onto the platform. There's been a lot of that. And if you're in the digital marketing game, it's very rare to not come across maybe yourself or even someone you know who's actually had an account banned for something or another. And he's really talking about really looking and fine-tuning all of these areas, because he sees the benefit of, you know, helping the business owners really be able to stay on the platform and make sure they're operating inside the governing rules. Because there are a lot of people out there who haven't done something bad. Like, I mean, I've got a client right now who has been banned for, they haven't been able to upload videos for the last 6 weeks, which is crazy. And no one's getting back to them, you know. So one, I hope, Mark, if you're watching this, it would be great to be able to introduce a far better customer service process for your advertisers, you know, for the people who are spending money. You know, I don't expect you to have to answer questions from Sally from Connecticut, who, you know, she's not happy because this person's post keeps popping up in her feed. I get that. But there's certainly some important issues that need to be addressed with Facebook. I'm glad Mark Zuckerberg's standing up, owning the process, and also giving people hope. About moving forward. So that's an interesting personal goal. We'll definitely keep a very close eye on it. You know, he even does towards the end here talk about cryptocurrency. And I think he says something about a book coin. Don't be surprised if book coin pops up. That'll be interesting to see. So there you go. It'd be amazing if we start paying for advertising in cryptocurrency. Who knows? That could be something. But the point of this story, Mark Zuckerberg throwing up his hand, he realizes there's some challenges. And look, when you've got 2 billion users, you're always going to have challenges every single day. There's never going to be a day where I guess he gets to put his feet up and go, oh, everything's just going amazing. But that's the deal when you're trying to change the world. Also on Notified today, we're checking out an article again from TechCrunch where Instagram is now letting users post their stories directly to WhatsApp. Now that sort of story seems quite familiar because we talked about this in the last episode where you can go from your Facebook stories to now share it to Instagram and to Twitter and so forth. But the interesting thing is I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm actually going to download WhatsApp after this because there's too many things for us to not be paying attention to. But obviously Facebook owns WhatsApp. There's over 1.3 to 1.5 debatable billion users on WhatsApp. So again, there's a lot of people playing over there. So you've got to be paying attention. And it just wouldn't be Facebook if they didn't implement great technology from one of their devices into another. So basically now what you can do is you can directly post your Instagram story to your WhatsApp story. So if you're using WhatsApp and you didn't know that was available, you can certainly do that. There is a button in the bottom left-hand corner which has a plus on it. You just need to click on that and it will give you the options to share your story. Keeping with Instagram, I wanted to share this very short snippet. I get asked a lot of the time, like with Instagram posts, how does Instagram determine which posts actually should appear for you, right? Because there's not a lot of, you can't go and like heaps of different fan pages. You can follow people, of course, but I came across this, which is quite interesting and it makes a lot of sense. It says when scrolling through your news feed, you may see posts that are recommended for you. So it's a new feature, it's saying recommended for you. You know, you could be going, why is it recommended for me? I'm not into that, or I might not be into this, or I don't follow that person, but why am I seeing it? Instagram states these posts are suggested to you based on posts liked by the accounts you follow. So the people that you follow, if they're out liking a whole heap of different accounts, Instagram's going to go, oh, maybe you might like it as well. So that's really cool. You can though, just for those people who don't like seeing things that they haven't subscribed to, you can choose to temporarily hide the recommended for you posts. So that's simple. You can see here in the screenshot how to do it. Just tap on the profile and hide it. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Notified. Coming up in our next episode, make sure you keep your eyes out for that, as we're going to be doing a recap on the Facebook engagement bait. So we've been doing a few things behind the scenes. We've been getting a lot of questions, asking feedback, asking what have we done, how are we adapting to that. If you're not sure about what I'm even talking about, go and check out the previous episode of Notified where we go into that in a lot more in depth. But next episode we're going to be talking about what we've done and how we've improved that and how we've been able to avoid the treacherous roadblock that Facebook have put in front of us. So tune into the next episode. If you haven't yet subscribed to Notified, make sure you do so by hitting the subscribe button below. According to my new Linkle account, my name is Brett and you've been notified. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. You've been notified. First day back.
Bye.
You've. So thank you for tuning in. You've been notified. See, it has to run off in one. Thank you for tuning in. If you forgot, I'm Brett Campbell and you've been notified.